Hey guys, this is Tommy, and I'm going to talk today about stacking constitutional U.S. gold, or Pre-33 gold, as it's also referred to. Before I get started with that, though, I wanted to apologize and about my last video. Um, I went somewhere where I really didn't mean to go in my last conversation. I had a point I wanted to make in the beginning, and I allowed my own fears and bias to get off track from that point. And I made some statements that were inflammatory, to say the least. And I heard from you guys that, and I appreciate it because, I think it hurt my feelings at first, because whenever someone doesn't agree with you, you know how that feels. But what it forced me to do was to really take a look at what is my own relationship with precious metals when I'm looking at our investment portfolio, our future. And I actually learned some things from this. So in addition to saying I'm sorry, I also want to say thank you because when I look at gold and silver, I've come to realize that like I've never had expectations for gold and silver to be a huge part of my investment portfolio, as well as far as growth goes. What I've seen it as is being a safety net. And I guess I say that because when you look at all of your investments, and when I look at all of our investments, the only thing that I have that's actually tangible is the gold, silver, and the coin collection that we have. We have some real estate too, that's tangible. But everything else is electronic, and certainly all the cash that we can get a hold of is electronic. When we're looking at, we got certificates of deposit, treasury bonds. We've got our investment managed account, which has our equities in it. And then we have cryptocurrency, which is self managed, and then our gold and our silver. Everything except for the gold, the silver, and the real estate we have is all um, electronic. And I guess my fear, being of the age and the era I am, is that something happens to all of that electronic money that we have. And if that were to happen, I know that at least I have some gold and silver, something that I feel like, has historically been used as currency, and it's something that people are familiar with. And that's the security that I feel from holding gold and silver. And then, my coin collection. But, certainly that may not be a real rational fear that I have, but it's one that I still hold. And so, what I've looked at with gold and silver is being my security, at least that if something happened, I would have something that historically is shown to have value. I know a lot of preppers would say, well, you're a lot better to have gunpowder and lead than you are to have silver and gold. And I'm not going to argue that fact. It's just that for me, this is my solution. I'm not saying it's the only one or even the right one, but it's my solution. So, I think that this has been a good thing for me. So I appreciate that. From now on, I'm just going to stick to topics where that there's less opinion, and I'm just going to share the information that I have, knowing that I certainly don't have all the answers. But anyway, I appreciate your patience with me, and I appreciate you guys listening to that. So thanks a bunch, and I'm going to move on now to constitutional gold. All right, so stacking constitutional gold. I've got some examples right here of constitutional gold. I do not have a $3 gold coin or a $10 gold coin represented here. Somewhere in this portfolio, I've got a $3 gold coin, and then I do have a $10 gold coin one, but I don't have the access to it at the moment. So we're going to talk about these. When it comes to, uh, I would say, when it comes to stacking constitutional gold, that you can certainly do that. And if you're looking at the larger pieces, the $20 gold pieces, these guys are usually, if they're a common year, they're a really low premium as far as how much gold you get, because in one of these is 0.9675 ounces, which works out to be just a skosh over 30 grams of gold in this. So just under an ounce. And, you can find, like right now with gold is at 20.50 an ounce roughly. You can find these coins with 0.9675 ounces for around the $2,100 range. Examples from years and mints with a lower number, that price is going to go up significantly, as well as based on the condition of the coin, the price will go up. So, but as far as stacking, a $20, the double eagles, they refer to them as, and they both have the Liberty version, which was in the 1800s, the early 1900s, and then the version I have here, which is the 19 teens, 1920s version, which is the St. Gaudens, which is uh, arguably, though, one of the most beautiful coins that are out there. Really nice coin on the obverse and on the reverse. Let's turn it up. We've got an eagle here. It does not look like a turkey like some of the early American coins did. So these are pretty reasonable to stack. That you're looking at around $2,100, and you're in at 30 grams of gold, which is what, just over $1,900 in value. That you're looking at probably in a premium, usually in $100 or $200 in that range for a coin that would be considered really a bullion, a stacking coin, as opposed to one that has significant numismatic value. But it's right in there. So 30 grams, and we're going to talk about grams today because with these coins, I think it's easier to look at it that way. I'm going to go from the 20 all the way down to the $1 coin. And this is a $1 coin. This one is from 1854. There were three different types of these coins, and that these coins, the $1 coins, have a gram and a half of gold in them, just over 1.5 grams, which makes sense because a $20 gold coin has 30 grams. So if you divide 30 by 20, you'd get 1.5 grams, which is how much is in these guys. And that puts it right now right at about almost $100. The thing about these, though, is that when you're looking at stacking constitutional gold, the smaller coins are going to have a greater premium. So it's kind of just like buying 1 gram bars with versus buying 1 ounce bars. Is that the smaller they are, the greater the premium on them. These coins are very highly collected, and like I said, there's three different types of them, and this is the Liberty, which is one that's probably most familiar with folks. This one's from, I think, 1854. But this coin has $100 of gold in it. In this condition, though, you're looking at coins that usually run in from $225 to $300 in that range. So, that, to me, that's not really practical to stack. From a numismatic, if you're into coin collecting, then, it's a great coin to hold as far as that goes. I love holding old coins because I feel like I'm a kind of a I'm carrying along a piece of history with me. So that's what I love about them. But $1 gold coins, not so great for stacking, in my opinion. $2.50 gold coins. Now, this one is a little older, and it's from New Orleans. That's what the O mint mark means. And so this one's going to carry a little higher value than your standard $2.50 gold coin. These coins have about, what is it, 3 3/4 grams of gold in there. So if you do the math, just under $200. Um, Cheaper examples of these coins are around $350. So when you figure 200 in gold and 350, still a really high percentage as far as premium goes if you're looking at it for stacking. But if you're into collecting, they're great coins. A lot of interesting history, lots of stuff to learn about. The next size up is your $5 gold coin. And if you keep just going, if the $1 coin has 1.5 grams of gold, then this one's going to have just over 7.5 grams of gold. And these coins, so when you're looking at that, what if I said a 2.5 had about 200? This has got about $400 of gold in it. And examples for these, you're looking at between 500 and 650 for coins that aren't significant as far as low mintage years. But, and again, as the condition of the coin, I'm really talking about coins that are considered extra fine, ones that aren't uncirculated or near uncirculated. You're looking at in the $500 to $600 range. So, now we're getting a little closer when you're saying you get $400 of gold. but still it could be up to 50% or even more so of the premium versus the amount of gold. So not my favorite. $10 coins, which I don't have. There were two different types in the series. I don't have either of those with me right now, either any of those with me. I do have an Indian head version, but those coins tend to have a really high premium as well. So to me, any of these coins are stackable. Probably the $2.50 gold coins and the $20 gold coins seem to have the lowest, by far the $20 gold coin will carry the lowest premium for a stackable gold coin. So, they're neat coins, a lot of cool history with these coins that were in circulation till, well, 1933, but really 1932 was the last pure year before we had the act, which then um, disallowed us from holding gold. So, if you're going to look at stacking constitutional metal, one of the things that I would suggest that you get is a copy of the Red Book, which is kind of the quintessential guide for coin collecting. This one is from 23. They make them now as spiral bound, which I really like. If you're electronic only, they have a Kindle version. But I like the bound version as opposed to the old types, which I had, which I'll show you an old copy here of the Red Book. This one was one of my earlier ones. This is from 82. And you can see how it's a typical book with a spine. And if you're using this as a reference, it's a lot easier to move through one with a spiral bound than it is to have one that has a binding and it has a spine. But these are great books to be able to go in and look up as a reference. You don't have to have either of these books because you could go on Google and look them up. There are plenty of online resources that you can learn more about these coins. But because I go to them quite often, I mean that coin collecting is a big part of my life. That it's a familiar reference to me. I use it often. So, but not something you definitely have to have. So. Um, I love, stacking. Like I said, it came to me as an outgrowth of coin collecting. But I want to say again, just to reiterate that I don't consider gold or silver to be a hugely important part of our investment portfolio. It's really important to me as a safety net, and really that's all it is. Like I said, I kind of got wound up in my last video and went off on a tangent that was really driven by my own insecurities. It wasn't anything to do with what I would say is relevant, especially not with where Bitcoin is right now, going into the halving. Historically, this is a really good time to hold that. But again, neither of those things. I'm not giving investment advice. I could probably use some. So if you have anything you wanted to share regarding stacking constitutional gold or anything else, I'd love to hear from you guys. I appreciate your viewing. If you enjoyed this, if you would give me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to see more content like this, then if you would subscribe, that'll be awesome. And again, I appreciate you guys viewing, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. All right, take care.